Who's the rat?
Roman. I want protection and access. I want y'all to leave my sister and my mother alone. You hear me? I take out Roman. You own me. I don't.
Is he okay?
Who was it? We will not stop until we get this guy.
In some kind of danger? I need to know.
I'm not a ghost. I can fix whatever problem I'm in.
We're all at risk now.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Power Book 2 Go Season 4. What's next for Drew Tejada? I want you guys to leave y'all predictions down below on what y'all think Drew is about to be about in this second half of the show. And based off what we saw in episode 6, Drew has definitely, turned up a notch. He adapted to his environment and he got the job done, but he still has one more task at hand, while being locked up. And I think in the next episode, Drew is going to do what he has to do once again in order to protect himself and, of course, his family. Now, you guys, make sure you check out my last few videos. I talked about Felicia. Will this be the end for her, especially in this next upcoming episode? I also dropped those exclusive pics for you guys last night, so check that out as well. And I also dropped that clip with Stokely, Tariq, and Brayden. Some of you guys probably already saw it, but Young Blue's character Stokely, he will be confronting Brayden and Tariq, and it's not going to go well, right? We already know that him and Tariq, they're about to get into it. I want to know who's going to win just one-on-one. Know what I'm saying? Just one-on-one. No interference at all, because y'all know Brayden going to jump in that. At least that's my, prediction. I believe they're going to be going at it, him and Tariq, and then Brayden going to jump in. And then they probably just going to beat that boy down, straight jumping in that room. But we going to see. I cannot wait to see how that whole storyline is going to play out with Brayden and Elle, because y'all know it's not going to end well. And we know Elle, she can get dropped off. You know what I'm saying? She just may get dropped off by the end of the season. But let's talk about the topic of discussion, your boy Drew Tejada. Now, y'all know they be releasing these promo pictures all over the internet. And of course, they released a picture of Drew. We know he's locked up still, and we know he's about to put in that work. He still has one more task at hand, and that is going to be taking out Roman. Now, in the last episode, Drew, he was put through a lot. Not only did he get locked up out of nowhere, he was forced to take out a potential snitch, right? So that's exactly what he ended up doing. I mean, he adapted to his environment very quickly. I told you guys in that recap that what we saw out of Drew in that last episode alone, that's what I wanted to see out of Tariq's character back in season 2 when he got locked up. But I understand they had a lot going on, so they couldn't really dive into that storyline. But man, that would have been crazy to see Tariq in there operating, having to adapt without any type of help, right? I wanted to see that storyline. So what we're seeing out of Drew, you know what I'm saying? I believe he's doing his thing, and he ain't done yet. Now, we know Drew, he told Nico that, look, y'all got another potential snitch up in here, and that is Roman. Now, I think we all knew that Roman was going to be a problem when he got locked up at the very beginning of the season. We knew this dude was going to run his mouth, right? And that's exactly what he's planning on doing. And in the episode 7 trailer, we can see Drew basically getting a nod from the officer, letting him know, like, look, go on ahead and handle your business. So Drew most likely will be taking out Roman. Now, I don't know how easy it's going to be, but hopefully he does get like some help from Nico. He pulls some strings or whatever, and that officer that we saw in that trailer, actually is there to help with the assist. We gonna see. I mean, that officer could be there to deflect, to try to stop Drew from doing what he wants to do. I mean, y'all know how they be doing in these trailers. Make us believe one thing, but when we watch the show, it's something completely different. But as far as that, handling his business while locked up, that's a good thing for Drew. That's good character development for him. As I always told you guys, when Drew is not worried about his love life, he gets the job done. He's always been that way. Even when Kane is not worrying about females, he does what he has to do as well. Now, as I told you guys, I would not be surprised if Kane and Drew have one more, outing with each other, trying to prove themselves. But I believe they all need to come together as a family, like Lorenzo always wanted. Family first. No more lying, no more backstabbing. They all need to come together and take down the common enemy. And we all know who the common enemy is. That's Detective Don Carter. This is why I want, Cain to find out the truth about what Detective Don Carter is doing, him and his task force. But we know Monet, she did not give him that intel, but it's just a matter of time before he finds out what's really going on. And we're going to see if they all come together in order to get him up out of here. But it's not going to be easy. They're going to need everybody. Now, I did see some of you guys, mention that Detective Don Carter, he should have been here from day one. Imagine that, y'all. Imagine if Don Carter and his task force would have been here since season 1. That would have been crazy. I believe they did a great job in the last episode by building up, Detective Don Carter and his task force. Felicia by herself has, elevated to the top of the list as far as one of the most hated characters. The majority of the Power fans, they want to see her get dropped off for what she did in the last episode. And as I told you guys, she needs to be dropped off in the next episode. No more waiting. Know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to see no more waiting at all. It is time for her to get the hell up out of here. Now, as I told you guys, as far as Drew Tejada's character, I believe so far in part 2, he's been doing his thing. I believe he can continue to elevate. He did piss me off at the end of season 3 and at the start of season 4 with the stuff that he was pulling. But we know he recovered and he bounced back very well. And, maybe he can actually be at the top. That's something that Lorenzo always wanted. But we know Drew is going back and forth on what he really wants to do. Does he want to stick to art, or does he really want to be in the game? And if Drew was going to die, in my opinion, I believe it would have already happened at the very beginning of the season. But since he survived, I can see him making it out this season, okay. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see. I mean, I did always predict that somebody else in the Tejada family will be getting dropped off. We still got 4 more episodes left, so we're going to see how it all plays out. And the Tejadas, they young, right? Drew, Diana, and Cain, I mean, they young, so you don't have to actually take out everybody all the time in order to close out a story. We already know it's a potential new spinoff coming, so maybe it's another way that, the story can continue for some of these characters instead of always having to drop them off. I understand it is the final season, and I do want to see a lot of bodies getting dropped off, but there's other ways to end out some of these stories without taking out the character. And I'm not, just talking about the Tejadas, there's other characters as well in the show. You can do different things in order to close out the storyline. So we're going to see what they're going to end up doing, and if we end up getting more news about a potential new spinoff and what characters could potentially join. Will it be any other Tejadas? Will it be new characters? Hell, will we even get another show? Know what I'm saying? I guess we got to wait and see. But I will continue to drop more Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 content for you guys. You already know I'm going to give you guys that final predictions video tomorrow. So I want y'all to stay tuned for that. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.